Welcome back, traders. My name is Trap Trades, and today we're getting into ticker symbol AMC along with Dogecoin, baby. So enough sillying around. This is the post I did on July 23rd, and it is almost at 6,000 views, 131 likes, 15 reposts. So I just want to say thank you, because this is getting the word out about what we're talking about here on this channel. This is our conviction. This is why we do not waver from this play. It is a free rebound play. I really do believe that you are going to form this macro double bottom pattern, and you're going to gap fill at least, at bare minimum, you're going to gap fill this $13 fill here that you rejected here. And so now you're going back. You're running it back, baby. Run it back. So you are still within this inverse head and shoulders. But let me pull up the chart here. And we're going to go from the monthly down to the 4-hour. So the monthly, nothing has changed, right? You're still within the constricting bands of the Bollinger Bands that are the tightest they've ever been on AMC's chart. And this is why I always say people can lie. You could choose whether or not that you want to believe me or not, right? I could totally be a liar. I'm not. I pride myself on honesty. But people lie. Indicators don't. Indicators don't. Bollinger Bands particularly. You have never, ever been as tight as you are on the monthly Bollinger Bands than you have right now. And the Bollinger Bands, in case you're not aware, they're phrased the squeeze bands made by John Bollinger. They are meant to show you when price is suppressed, when price is restricted. And what it implies and indicates is whether or not a stock is going to get volatile soon. Typically, even on the smaller time frames, like the 4-hour, typically what you'll see is when the Bollinger Bands begin to expand here, like they are right now, price will move in a volatile way, either up or down. And that's what you saw. You were within this bull flag here. You were constricting. That's what you want to see if you're a bull. And then you broke down and the Bollinger Bands expanded. So now what you're looking for AMC on the monthly is for these bad boys, these babies, for these things to begin to expand and for price action to make up its mind on whether it wants to go up and gap fill, which is what I believe is going to happen, or if it is going to go down and find a new all-time low, because that's what would happen if you break this bottom band at 219. It would not be a good sight. So really, if AMC has any hope here, you're going to break up, and you're going to break up in a very, very meaningful way. That's why my conviction's so strong, because everything that you look at on this chart is pointing up, and this 3% dip that has happened today means nothing. The stock is set up in a way that it has never been in my history since 2021, which is fascinating. It's fascinating that it happens now. And all of retail, I mean, you'll see even on my most popular video when I had 500 views, people commented, this thing is dead. Why are you still talking about AMC? This thing's been trading 2 years flat. Yeah, it has. And that's why you're so coiled right now. And that's why you're so primed to do something. So we shall see what price wants to do here, because it will make up its mind here within the next 3 months. And I am ready for when it does. But let's go to the 4-hour here. I know we talked about the Bollinger Bands. Let's turn that off. Your TA on the 4-hour, you were within this trend, making higher highs and higher lows, and you're still technically making a higher high here. I guess if I wanted to redraw this, I could. No, you're still below that. What's the most optimistic? I guess I could draw that. And for that one, you're right on top of it, right? What I think could happen, I don't think it's likely, but what could happen is you could go down to test the 200-day EMA, which is at approximately $3.21. That could happen. And then you could knife or V-shape out of here and break out. Could happen. What I think is likely, what will happen, in my opinion, not financial advice, what I think will happen is that you come down to fill this gap. Let's delete that. To fill this gap at approximately $3.60. You could find resistance on the 50-day EMA too. That would be the most bullish scenario, is if you just said, boom, I don't want to fill that gap. I want to go higher. That would be bullish. But since you're already below the uptrend, you're below the bull flag, why not just fill the gap now? That way you don't have to risk ruining a potential run in the future and coming back down to fill this, because most caps do fill. GameStop particularly, they're very tedious. They always fill, but there's only one that hasn't filled on GameStop, and it's at $70. That'll be fun. Besides for the recent one at 28. But this is your TA for the daily. You broke beneath the uptrend. Now you're looking lowercase 290. I think $3 a sure bet, though. And I think I'll add more if it gets to $3. We're at the gap fill. It looks nice. It looks nice if you're willing to hold through this, which isn't that much at all, honestly. Set a stop loss below 9%. Protect yourself. I don't like that this is curling down, so you could see a daily cross and maybe some more chop here until August. But we'll see, right? You never know. Something very important that happened, and this was hot off the press, baby, was that AMC released a press release, Adam Aron particularly, going over a successful closing of comprehensive refinancing. So I know that this whole sentence here is mumbo jumbo. It's a bunch of skewed words that are very business oriented, right? I don't expect anyone to understand what this says. I barely understand what this says. What it does mean is that AMC is touching its debt, and that's something it has to continue to build upon, like bricks laid in a house. You have to continue to chip away at this if you want to see a bullish catalyst for AMC to return to all-time highs and for AMC to return to its $43 price gap that we've been targeting. But this is the news that it dropped $244 million of new money refinanced from the 2026 debt. So what that looks like is AMC is basically paying off its debt with equity. So AMC is giving up shares that it has to cover debt. And typically you'll see this happen in Chapter 11 bankruptcies. But the bullish thing here is it's not in bankruptcy. It's just the lender is choosing to take this offer to chip away at the debt by giving shares to them. They anticipate that AMC will recover, and they really want AMC to get the debt out from under them, especially the 2026 debt. So in my opinion, very, very bullish. I assume we'll see more things like it. And as this continues to compile, and if AMC can even get $1 billion on their cash, on their books, that would be huge, 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 huge. You can see they're looking to go after more reductions, and then it just gets into more jargon. So good on Adam Aron. He's doing the right thing there. And we'll have to see how this continues with the box office. Fantastic Four is out. A lot of catalysts on the way. But we'll have to see. It's a wait-and-see game with AMC right now. We have 11 days until earnings, so I will continue to cover AMC. I anticipate a ramp-up in volatility, which will be fun. We'll see where it goes. But the next thing I wanted to talk about was ticker symbol Doge. And this is one that I am extremely bullish on. I could not preach it enough. I am excited to see what this little meme coin that could is going to do because if I zoom out here, you just got a weekly MACD cross, which always, in my opinion, for my trading, is a good sign. You got a bounce off the 200-day EMA and a strong one and a double bottom. Very similar to AMC. I think this is what AMC could do, 28 and 21%. Moves like that, right? You rejected 28 cents and then you are about to close below our pivotal 26-cent range. Now let's zoom back in and see what it looks like on the 4-hour. You're breaking resistance that brought you down from the 28-cent zone. That's very, very good. You want to see this continue. I guess I could draw this a little bit differently. Let's see. No, you're still broken out, which is a beautiful thing. Boom, boom candle in the 4-hour, 4%, 4.2%. And you're about to cross up on the 4-hour MACD. Very, very good look. I think Doge has a good shot of at least getting to 26. If you reject here, I would expect a lower low down to the 200-day EMA, baby. Let's get into the daily. The daily, for me, is the most exciting part. The daily, you're about to get a golden cross. That looks so nasty. That looks so freaking nasty. For comparison, let me bring up ticker symbol bonk. When you got the golden cross the same day or the next day, you went 14 and then 15%. Dogecoin going 30% from where it is currently brings you to, let me guess, a new higher high, 30 cents. So I think Dogecoin is going to target that 30-cent range next, and to get above 28 is going to be pivotal. Absolutely pivotal, because you have used 28 as smackdown resistance. Smackdown, smackdown, smackdown. Is that a smackdown? Smackdown. Bounce, and then smackdown. But Doge looks really, really good here. I couldn't be more thrilled about my position in Doge. Worst case scenario, you dip down, you dip below the 200-day EMA, bounce here, create a head and shoulders, and then you die. That would be the absolute worst case scenario for Dogecoin. But the good thing is Ethereum and Bitcoin are recovering pretty steadily. You had that trap, that bull trap that happened last night down to 14K. Really tried to get bears going, and now they're about to get absolutely cooked. It happens time and time again in Bitcoin's history that you'll see. So I'm not surprised that we're getting big, big green candles here and almost a cross on the 4-hour MACD. We need volatility to get us up to that price target that we have of $133,000 on Bitcoin. Until that happens, it's all just chop. It's all just range. So we'll have to see what happens there. Besides for that, GameStop making a bounce off of that trend line that was the bear flag. So what you want to see now is you want to see a strong bounce above the 200-day EMA and up to this trend line at $25. Once you get 25, you can look to fill the complete gap at $28. And you also want to see this curl back, baby. You want to see that curl back. Yeah, the complete gap fill. Well, you have a gap up here too. I didn't even notice. That's wicked. 29.66. Oh, I'm dyslexic. And to be frank, to be honest with you, this is why I'm so bullish. I'm not leverage. I am in GameStop and AMC and believe in it heavily. That's why I'm on linear. That's why my charts look weird. Okay, we're back, baby. Well, maybe I should have a linear perspective. Let's see what that looks like, because I'm actually curious. So if you're in linear, technically you already got the breakout. It's very interesting. That is fascinating. So where's the profit target on the linear? $53, that's not exciting. $53 would be the price target on linear, unless I took from the top here. I just don't think that there's a way that you don't fill this gap. There's just no way to me. That's interesting. Well, we'll see. We shall see what we do here on GameStop, whether you broke out or not. I don't think you have. Logarithmic says you haven't. And I trust Logarithmic more. Logarithmic is what all the institutional traders use. All the big boys. It would make sense that you reject, and then you reject it here again. So now you want to bounce and go. You want to send this thing. What I do like, and this is Doge, right? And you can do something really cool on TradingView that you can on Webull. This is the Doge chart. You can see resistance or support back from August of 2024. Bounce, 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 bounce. Resistance, resistance, break above. Resistance, 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 break above. Bounce. So hopefully this is the last bounce on Doge. But if I wanted to, I can compare or add symbol. And we're looking at GME here, right? This is what has me bullish on both GME and AMC on the short term. You can see Dogecoin runs on the 14th and GME runs on the 22nd. You can see Dogecoin runs on the 25th. So does GME. You can see that Dogecoin runs. You could say it started its run in November 4th. And then GameStop hits its peak shortly after, November 26th. Dogecoin runs March 24th. GameStop runs May 14th. Dogecoin has now ran 100% in 28 days. GameStop in that same period is up 7% and trading flat with multiple gap fills above it, in which GameStop always fills the gaps in a bullish pennant formation. I could not pound the table hard enough for you guys to understand how bullish that looks. If SPY holds its ground at all-time highs, these shorts are going to get absolutely annihilated. They are underwater and they're going to get cooked. They're done. If Bitcoin continues to rip higher, that is only more momentum for GameStop because they own $500 million worth. And if GameStop runs, I don't have to be the first guy to tell you, AMC is also going to run. And that bullish triangle, that is my thesis. You're going to break this. You're going to go. Gap fill, maybe retest, boom, then you're gone. But only time will tell. Thank you to everyone who stayed till the end. I appreciate you spending time with me. Please hit the like and the follow button. We're up to 43 subscribers, and we're coming on to our 100th video. Very, very short time. We're only live for a month, but we'll continue to cover stocks every single day, particularly AMC and crypto. So thank you guys very much. God bless, and get outside and touch grass. Thank you guys. It's been Trap Trades. Peace.